Yo, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and Queens, New York native who is also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And yes, you are now rocking, listening, streaming and watching the 82nd episode of the Sports Edition show. Excellent, fun, vibrant talks podcast, live and direct from StreamYard alongside with YouTube. In case you're new to the channel, in case you don't know what this is about, this is basically a platform for sports related stuff like football, basketball, baseball, including the New York Mets and other sports whatsoever. But because of the off season, I wanted to actually cover that as well. And no, in this episode, we're not talking about Juan Soto. I know everybody's tired of the whole Juan Soto sweepstakes and stuff like that, and all these crazy ass rumors and all that other stuff, which is not something we're gonna do here. So, and I do apologize for taking so long. I was recording the 365th episode of my comedy show, Off the Meat Rat Chains New York Avenue podcast. That's why it was taking so long for me to come in here to actually record episode 82 in this platform right here. Um, so, like I said, man, if you are new to the YouTube channel universe, um, please go ahead and grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube Sports YouTube channel page. Leave a like and a comment along with the sports episodes, and tell me how you feel about the sports topics. I yeah, you know, also be sure to share, be sure to tell a friend, and everything else I will handle in between. And I do apologize for not getting a chance to post a question in the YouTube community. Um, I had a I had a lot on my mind yesterday. Um, so I do apologize for that one right there. And also, I want to say this though before we start. Um, I am adding a day to dropping the episodes. So it's going to be a third day of dropping new episodes, which is going to be Saturdays. All right. So it's still going to be Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So I just wanted to let y'all know about this right now. So let me let's go to hold on a second. Hold on, let me get to this in a second. So let's go to the quick side bleacher bar, man. All right. Let's do this. I want to start off with something very unfortunate. I'm pretty sure. This is basically non-Mets related. This is basically baseball news in regards to the baseball team athletics. So, um, unfortunately, they are going to be moving to Sacramento, and in 3 years, they are going to be moving they're going to be moving the team to Las Vegas, Nevada. That sounds pretty alarming, doesn't it? That sounds pretty alarming, doesn't it? All right, here's what's happening here, and this is according to Sports Illustrated. So Oakland Athletics officially announced to move to Sacramento before Las Vegas relocation. After years of stadiums deals falling apart and fans protesting ownership, the A's have decided to play in Sacramento before their relocation to Las Vegas. So here's what's going on here. The Oakland Athletics officially announced Thursday that they would be playing in Sacramento from 2025 to 2027. The Athletics locked in their relocation to Las Vegas in 2023 after years of failing to reach stadium deals in the Bay Area. But while their lease at the Oakland Coliseum was set to expire at the end of 2024, their new park in Sin City wasn't going to be completed until 2028. Team executives reportedly met with representatives from both Oakland and Sacramento this week in order to find a place to play in the interim. When the time to make a decision arrived, the team decided to temporarily set up shop in California's capital rather than spend any more time in Oakland. Sutter Health Park will serve as the Athletics' home base starting next season until they move to Las Vegas. The deal is for 3 years, but it includes an option for a fourth depending on the timeline on their relocation. Including fixed seats, the outfield lawn, and standing room, Sutter's Health Park has a capacity of 14,014. The Sacramento River Cats, the San Francisco Giants AAA affiliate and former athletics minor league partner, currently call Sutter Health Park home. The team is owned by Sacramento Kings owner and chairman Vivek Rana Dive. The statement announcing the deal included quotes from Dive MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred, who's supposed to be retiring, um, Athletics owner and managing partner John Fisher, and Greater Sacramento Economic Council President and CEO Barry Broom. And quote, we look forward to making Sutter Health Park our home throughout our move to Las Vegas, Fisher said. Um, Fisher said in a statement, we extend our appreciation to the Kings and the city of West Sacramento for hosting the A's while we work to complete our new ballpark in Las Vegas. Fisher did not mention Oakland, its residents, or anything about the team's fan base. Those fans who spent the past few years begging Fisher, begging Fisher to either stay or sell the team, have gone unrewarded, with their team now scheduled to pack up shop in a few months' time. Damn, son. The Athletics' already dreadful attendance is unlikely to recover in 2024, considering the organization is leaving its supporters in the dust. Still, the Athletics have called Oakland home for 57 years, and the number of home games their fans will be able to attend is now officially dwindling. Follow Fastball on Fan Nation on social media. All right. Continue to follow our Fastball on Fan Nation coverage on social media by liking us on Facebook and by following by following us on Twitter, actually X now. Yeah, and look, it is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking to the fans in Oakland, California. It is very unfortunate. So, it's difficult. It's difficult, man, especially when it comes to business and other crazy deals and stuff. So yeah. Now, I want to go to all right. Like there hasn't really that much talk in regards to the in regards to Pete Alonso. So all right, let's go to Eric. Let's go to the next topic here. So this is Erick Fedde. I don't know if that's possible. I'm not sure if that's possible, but I'm not sure if that's possible, but let me see. Not sure if that's possible even. Hold on a second. Well, hold on a second. Let me see something here. Okay, Erick Fedde. All right, so let's get into it here. What date is this though? When was this posted? When was this posted? Hold on a minute here. Braves, Cardinals proposed trade would bring. Yeah, he's not going to the Mets, man. Unfortunately, he's not going to the Mets. So here's what's going on here, man, folks. The Atlanta Braves made the postseason in 2024 despite being decimated by injuries. While they should be getting healthier, they could be losing some impact players in free agency. They could swing some trades to replace them. With the winter meetings coming up, teams could start making moves soon. Bleacher Report's Tim Kelly proposed a trade with the St. Louis Cardinals that brings Erick Fedde to the Braves. The Braves specifically need some certainty in their rotation. Max Fried and Charlie Morton are free agents. It's unclear exactly when Spencer Strider will be able to return to the mound after undergoing an internal brace procedure on his pitching elbow last April. Chris Sale and Ronaldo Lopez are excellent pitchers when healthy, but neither is likely to make 33 starts in 2025 either, wrote Kelly. Fedde and Spencer Schwellenbach, Schwellenbach, however you pronounce this guy's name, could give the Braves some bulk in their rotation to complement the big arms, who are tremendous but each have varying levels of injury concerns. Fedde signed a 2-year, $15 million deal with the Chicago White Sox before the 2023 season. He was traded to the Cardinals this season. He had a 3.31 ERA last season in 31 starts. It was easily the best year of his career. The Braves could lose Max Fried, and Fedde would be a cheap replacement. He would be a free agent after the season if the Braves like what they get out of him. They could sign him back. The Cardinals are trying to cut payroll, and the Braves could take advantage of that. It's been well documented that the Cardinals plan to cut payroll at the MLB level in 2025. Erick Fedde's $7.5 million salary is a bargain, one that President of Baseball Operations John Mozeliak should have no issue offloading, wrote Kelly. All right. All right. Next topic. All right. So let's go to. Let's go to. Let's go to. Let me see. So let's go to. Let me see. Jeez Louise. All right, let me see other topics to talk about here. All right, players that opted out of the contracts. Okay, there's a whole list of all right, players that opted out of the contracts. So let's get into it right here. Hang on, hold on a second here. So six most important Mets players who won't be back next season. Yeah, that's crazy, man. This is crazy. Let me do this real quick. Let me do this real quick. All right. Okay. So, a noticeable and maybe forgotten impact David Stearns had on the New York Mets was the roster turnover when he took the job. Multiple players were non-tendered rather than held onto for the 2024 season. The first year president of baseball operations wanted to put his stamp on the franchise because the Mets sold at the 2023 trade deadline. There wasn't much debate about bringing any of their free agents back. Most most holdover most holdovers were easy to part with. It's an entirely different situation this time. The Mets bought and added many more upcoming free agents into the mix. They went from having a medium-sized class to a much larger one. After coming up short, we should expect Stearns to build a team closer to uh, the image he wanted them to be all along. This includes letting some free agents go. There are the six most important ones from the 2024 regular season who won't be back. I think Pete Alonso has been overshadowed by the Juan Soto sweepstakes. So Pete Alonso, the big guy, homegrown, powerful, lovable, gone. Discussion about the future of Pete Alonso in Flushing has been rampant for well over a year. That's what happens when a player of his magnitude reaches free agency for the first time. The will he or won't he of Alonso's return to the Mets will remain up for debate until the moment he has a new deal. Frustrated fans with his performance in 2024 will pay the Uber to send him to the airport if it means getting him out of town. Others can agree he'll be difficult to replace. Despite the down year, small moments in clutch situations, and everything else that went into his 2024 season, bringing him back should be among the offseason priorities. I swear, these fans, some of y'all Mets fans are really ruthless, man. Some of y'all motherfuckers are ruthless, man. It's ridiculous, man. Oh man. Oh man. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, Alonso won't have a plethora of suitors. However, someone will be willing to give him a short-term deal worth a lot of money. Those types of deals other Scott Boras clients receive where he can opt out after 1 year or two will be what Alonso gets. It'll come from someone other than the Mets because they have alternatives already on their roster. There's also a mega free agent they'll sign to ease the pain. Some big clutch playoff home runs certainly help his free agent case, but shouldn't do much to move the needle in terms of the dollar amounts of or years. Something in my heart tells me Alonso will be gone in 2025, but return to the Mets within a year or two after an opt out in his contract. Oh man. Yeah. Jose Quintana, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. This can apply to a lot of areas of life. One thing I'll say about Peter Alonso, man, I don't think you should. I don't know if you should, man, because you can't replace the amount of success and home runs that he started. You know what I mean? Um, and and this whole fucking notion about having Christian Walker replace Peter Alonso is far from fucking ludicrous. It's damn near ludicrous, man. It's ridiculous, man. How about letting shit play out, folks? You know what I'm saying? Some of you Mets folks, some of you Mets fans out there are so fucking ruthless, man. Like, yo, seriously, it's just. I'm not saying every Met fan, but some of y'all are like negative Nancy's. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to just put it out there. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. All right. This can apply to a lot of areas of life, included is baseball. Jose Quintana had a very up and down season. When it started to matter most at the end of August and early September, no one was better than Quintana. As impressive as he was at times, re-signing Quintana seems like you're asking for trouble. He's on the other side of 35. The shaky outings made problematic mostly by the increase in home runs allowed are a good sign that the end of his career is nearing. Quintana finished the regular season 10-10 with a 3.75 ERA. Not so bad considering how as late as August 20th it had risen to 4.57. As a fifth or maybe even fourth starter, he's not so bad to have around. For the Mets, they need to build their rotation around some sure things in 2025. Although there are a lot of unanswered questions with the Mets rotation for next season and the need for a sixth starter because of Kodai Senga, Quintana won't be coming back. Thanks for a great last second surge. And Jesse Winker, for a brief period, you could have convinced most fans to re-sign Jesse Winker. The lone bat added at the trade deadline fit in nicely as a corner outfielder and DH. His walk-off home run against the Baltimore Orioles helped them flex ahead of their strong showing right before a make or break road trip that saw them slap around teams directly above them in the NL wildcard standings. Winker wasn't quite the same in September. He batted um, um, 71, 071, 250, 143 versus the 343, 357, 508 the month prior. The players were a different story. He did more than smash his helmet into the ground after scoring the insurance run against the Milwaukee Brewers in Game 3. Winker was routinely at the epicenter of the Mets offense when he played and gave them a whole lot of energy throughout. Bringing him back isn't preposterous. Yeah, we'll we'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see, man. You know what I mean? And he did bring a lot of energy to this Mets team. Yes, he did. I mean, you know what I mean? Especially with the walk-off home runs and the walks and stuff. So that's pretty much what the best moment here in 2024 though, man. Hopefully he returns, but we have to wait and see, man. You know what I mean? So to be determined on Jesse Winker. Now JD Martinez, I don't think he's coming back either. Remember the excitement when the Mets stunned us all by signing JD Martinez? The season was days away, and we suddenly went from a year of seeing Mark Viento's platoon with DJ Stewart at the DH spot to having a chance to experience one of the best sluggers of his generation to wear a Mets uniform. The thing is, Martinez's generation peaked in the 2010s. His incredibly powerful year with the Los Angeles Dodgers in 2023 um, was left in Hollywood. He wasn't quite the same for the Mets. Boos from fans when he started over Winker in the playoffs won't be the reason why the Mets let him walk away. The insistence on starting Martinez isn't some sort of deja vu like it was with Billy Epler's instance on starting Daniel Vogelback. It seems the Mets truly believed he was the better choice over Winker. Martinez kind of fell into their laps, and to insist on bringing him back would be strange. With the way he performed late and the birth of his daughter in September, it wouldn't be so nuts for him to hang up his cleats entirely. The grind of a 162 game is tough. Try having a newborn around. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back, man. I don't think he's coming back though, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the fact that he has a newborn and all this stuff. I actually saw his interview where he might be considering, you know, doing some fishing, which and I say that because he's about to be 36, man. Like, come on, he's already in his mid upper 30s right now. Sean Mania is another person that opted out. So this is the prediction that comes with the most sadness. Even if his final regular season start was more Tom Glavine than Al Leiter, Sean Mania is someone the Mets would benefit greatly from bringing back. They couldn't have asked for more from him this season. Not always viewed incredibly favorably because of his lack of control. He seemed to figure it all out and put together one of the best years of a one and done player in Mets history. That's if he is only one and done. Another Scott Boras client, it's not his agent that'll scare the Mets off from re-signing him. Instead, it'll be Mania's contract request and the abundance of alternatives out there for them to sign instead. Mania isn't a young free agent. Even with the benefit of familiarity and a possible qualifying offer, he'll have to deal with. Someone will be willing to give Mania a better off than what the Mets throw his way. The Mets are in a similar situation with Luis Severino, who, by the way, actually is with the Athletics right now, which I'll talk about in a separate episode. Another 1 year rental. Um, um, Severino is someone I do see coming. I don't think he's coming back. He's not coming back. His success this year seems more sustainable, but watch Mania rip our hearts out in Atlanta Braves uniform for the next 4 seasons. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I doubt that Mania is going to. I doubt that Mania is going to the Braves. I hope not, man. And last but not least, Harrison Bader. Of all the free agent signings the Mets made in the offseason, the one I was least open-minded about was Harrison Bader. He proved me wrong for a time. Bader was consistently hitting from the bottom of the order and even received a few chances near the top. His great glove, good speed, and ability to come up with a clutch hit helped him make a fan favorite. It wasn't much of a shock. Bader was, if nothing else, an exciting and gutsy player. We knew this. What we didn't know was how much his offense was going to fall off. The regular season ended with Bader slashing 236, 284, 373 with 12 home runs and 17 stolen bases. These aren't ridiculously bad numbers. For his career, he is a 242, 306, 392 hitter. He was only a little below that. What hurt his season most was batting only 167, 230, 283 in the second half. In the playoffs, he was merely a defensive replacement late in games. Bader becomes unnecessary for the Mets with Tyrone Taylor under team control and several younger players capable of playing center field coming up. None quite match his defense, although one could argue Taylor is more than close enough. Between Drew Gilbert, Jet Williams, and even Luis Angel Acuna, the Mets have enough rookie center field options on top of Brandon Nimmo and Taylor. Bader will land somewhere as a part-time player and do what he typically does: steal runs and with his glove, knocking some big ones, and could go cold for a long stretch. All right, so there you go, right there, man. There you go, right there, man. And Yeah, and the ones that rejected the qualifying offer. So, um, the New York Mets currently have their sights set on free agent superstar outfielder Juan Soto, but first base is still a question mark with Pete Alonso on the open market. If the Mets wind up losing Alonso in free agency, they are going to have to address their infield whether they land Soto or not. Um, One name that has been brought up as a possible option for the Mets is third baseman Alex Bregman, who is expected to draw big bucks this winter. And that's not going to happen, man. That shit's not going to happen. MLB.com insider Mark did the Mets as a potential suitor for Bregman. Nope. Not, not, nah. No. Much like the Yankees, the Mets' pursuit of Juan Soto could set the tone for the rest of their offseason, Feinstein wrote. Pete Alonso's free agent future also will play into New York's interest in Bregman. If the Mets let Alonso walk, they can either bring in a new first baseman or move Mark Vientos to first, opening third base for a potential acquisition such as Bregman. um a lot of Mets fanatics would say no, thank you. But I would actually, I would say no to this too, man. I would say no to this though, man, because Mark Vientos has been improving at third base. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you fucking thinking? Yeah, yeah, that part too. Let me hurry up and do this. Um, yeah. Should Alonso sign on with another team? Um, with another team, the Mets could look to 33-year-old veteran first baseman Christian Walker. First of all, he's 34. He's 34, man, as a cheap stopgap option on a 2 to 3 year deal. No, man. But Walker will be in high demand and isn't a long term piece given his age. If the Mets want to fill both corners of their infield in the long term, signing Bregman to play third base and moving Vientos to first base in a realistic route, they could take. However, Bregman has been rumored to be seeking a deal ranging between $150 million to $350 million, so the Mets would have to dish out significant money to land him. Nah, not a chance in hell. And if the Mets are able to ink Soto to what is expected to be a historic contract beginning with a 6 or 7, it remains to be seen whether they would be willing to commit to Bregman on a substantial deal in the same off season. The likelihood is that Bregman is a backup plan for the Mets if they don't um, get Soto. Should this prove to be the case, signing Bregman and Alonso could suffice, or signing Bregman and shifting Vientos to first could be another logical direction. Um, of course, the winter meetings is this. Hold on, yeah, the winter meetings is this weekend. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the winter meetings is this weekend, and I'm probably gonna do a recap of all the key dates that's been happening. As far as anything goes, besides the one solo sweepstakes and the crazy idea of getting the, the idea of bringing Willie Adames is a stupid idea. It's a stupid ass idea, man. Like, let's be real, man. Like, come on. He's never played third base in his fucking life. You know what I mean? He's never played for third base in his life. Oh shit. He's never played third base in his life, man. Get the fuck out of here. Um, let's see. What else? What else we gotta talk about here? I want to make sure I cover the bases here. Um, yeah, what will the Mets do for Pete Alonso during the offseason? Remains to be seen, man. It remains to be seen, man. Actually, let me get to let me get to oh man. Where is I want to get to I want to get to damn son. I want to get to hold on a second here. Hold on 1 second here. Hold on 1 second here. All right, Omar Navaez no longer a New York Met. Okay, we'll get to it there. So let's see. Let me see. Let me see. So, all right. So let's get to it. So, Omar Navaez did not have much of an argument to remain with the Mets. The backup catcher. Hang on a second here. What is going on here? Hold on a minute here. Let's see this. So according to the people, according to trade rumors, okay, well, not really a trade. It's not really a rumor actually, but let me see this. It's not really a rumor, but so the Mets are sending cash to the Yankees in a deal for Terrens, tweets Sherman. Specifically, it'll be a 100K return for the Yankees. The Mets are shaking up the roster with a broad-reaching set of roster moves. Catcher Omar Narvaez is being designated for assignment. From reports from SNY's Andy Martino. Um, yeah, and let's not forget the walk-off hit that he did, man, for the Mets, man. And we appreciate this. We appreciate that, though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, his spot on the roster will go to Luis Torrens, who is being acquired from the Yankees and selected to the MLB roster, according to Daniel Alvarez Montez of L Extra Base. Meanwhile, the third baseman Brett Beatty and righty Christian Scott will be optioned to AAA Syracuse. ESPN's Jeff Passan reports they'll be replaced on the roster by infielder Jose Iglesias. I really hope he comes back. Whose contract will be selected from Syracuse, and righty Daniel Nunez, who I hope he returns to, who'll be recalled from Syracuse. Joe Sherman of the New York Post reports. It's a significant slate of roster moves. They'll see the Mets jettison the veteran Navaez, option 2 of their top prospects to AAA for more seasoning, and thus clear a full runway for Mark Vientos to get an opportunity as the everyday third baseman. Navaez, age 32, inked a 2-year deal worth guaranteed $15 multi-million in the 2022 to 23 offseason, and the second season of which was a player option. After a lackluster debut campaign in Queens that saw him hit just 211, 283, 297, Navaez unsurprisingly opted into the second season of his contract. This year's production has been even more feeble. However, in 69 trips to the plate, Navaez had managed only a 154, 191, 185 batting line with a dismal 22.2% hard hit rate. Prior to his time with the Mets, Navaez was a quality regular with the White Sox, Mariners, and Brewers from 2018 to 22, even making an all-star team with Milwaukee in 2021. That 5-year span saw Navaez bat 254, 337, 397. He was inconsistent with the bat on a year-to-year basis, but wound up producing at a roughly league average level overall during that half-decade run. On top of that, the Brewers, who have a reputation for improving catcher defense, revamped Navaez's skill set behind the plate. He rated as one of the game's worst defenders in 2018 to 19 with Chicago and Seattle, but posted 7 defensive runs saved and was worth an even more impressive 19 runs behind the plate in StatCast's eyes, thanks largely to massive improvements in the framing. The injury to Francisco Alvarez appeared to create an opportunity for Navaez to get back to the previous form, but he's been out hit by the defensively superior Tomas Nido, who is also with the Chicago Cubs, who returned to the big leagues after being outrighted to Syracuse last season. Nido hasn't been great at the plate himself. His 233, 260, 370 batting line is well below par, but has handily outperformed his fellow backstop. Dell allows Nido to stick around and will likely be the lead catching role until Alvarez returns. Alvarez suited up for Double-A Binghamton yesterday, kicking off a 20-day window for his minor league rehab assignment that could make for a short-lived stay on the roster for the newly acquired Torrens. The match between him and Nido once Alvarez is ready for activation. In 124 AAA plate appearances with the Yankees, the journeyman Torrens hit 279, 339, 469 with 5 homers and 6 doubles. Once a well-regarded catching prospect with the Padres and Mariners, the now 28-year-old Torrens is a career 227, 289, 354 hitter in 807 MLB plate appearances. He has a knack for hard contact, but too many of those well-struck balls are of the grounder variety. A hefty 49.9% of Torrens' career batted balls in the majors have been on the ground, which is clearly optimal for a plodding catcher who ranked in the 24th percentile of big league players in the sprint speed from 22 to 23 per StatCast. In Beatty and Scott, the Mets are sending 2 of the organization's most talented prospects back to the minors. Beatty, age 24, has now seen MLB action in 3 straight seasons, but has yet to cement himself as an everyday third baseman or even as a viable big league bat. This year's 225, 304, 325 batting line in 12%, worse than average by measure of WRC plus, but nonetheless stands as his most productive season in the big leagues since making his debut late in the 2022 season. Beatty carries a 214, 281, 325 line in exactly 600 plate appearances. Beatty, the number 12 pick in the 2019 draft, has been particularly cold of late, tallying just 6 hits in the past 54 trips to the plate. He's considered a superior defender to the also 24-year-old Vientos, but Vientos' bat has been too loud for the Mets to ignore. Also, long considered one of the organization's better prospects. Vientos is hitting 295, 354, 591 with 3 homers in just 48 plate appearances. The former number 59 overall picks performance empathetically warrants greater playing time. With Beatty sent to the AAA, he'll receive that chance and could well establish himself as a long-term corner option for the Mets with a strong showing. Yeah. So, okay, Scott, who'll turn 25 in a couple of weeks, has pitched well through his first 5 MLB starts. In 27 2/3 frames, he's worked to a 3.90 ERA with a 22.3% strikeout rate and excellent 5.4% walk rate. However, the right-hander was a reliever in college whom the Mets have moved into a rotation role since turning pro. He's thus never worked a full starter's workload, with last year's 87 2/3 frames standing as a career high. The Mets have multiple off days on the schedule in the near future, lessening the need for rotation arms, such as they'll send Scott to Syracuse, where they can more easily manage his innings and simultaneously afford the big league club an extra reliever. Um, yeah. So yeah. Let me see this shit. Yeah. Passan does note that Scott is expected to return to the big leagues before long. His promotion to date certainly warrants that, and if the Mets continue to their current trajectory, it wouldn't at all be surprising to see other members of the rotation dangled in the trade scenarios. Yeah. So I don't know, man. So obviously Luis Severino is not returning. He's with the he's with the A's right now. Um, I doubt Jose Quintana is going to be returning. Let's see. Not sure if Iglesias is going to be returning. Um, so there you go, right there, man. I want to actually get to. I want to actually get to. Hold on a sec, man. Let's see. Hang on a second here. All right. Okay. Francisco Lindor, 25 for 25. Okay. 25 for 25. So let's do a high Francisco Lindor, actually. Um, and of course, this episode is dedicated to Francisco Lindor, which is Mission New York. So Mission New York Mets do Mission New York Mets is do what you love for success. So Mission New York Mets is do what you love for success. So there you go, right there. It's basically the team itself, though, man. You know what I'm saying? So Francisco Lindor belted a solo homer in New York and the New York Mets matinee showdown with the Baltimore Orioles on Wednesday, reaching 25 home runs and 25 stolen bases for the third time in his career. By giving the New York Mets an early lead over the Baltimore Orioles on Wednesday, Francisco Lindor made history. The star shortstop, who had already led off the matinee showdown with a single, led off the third inning with a 401-foot solo home run. It gave the Mets a 1-0 advantage, allowing them to take control in the rubber match. Lindor is now batting .266 with 25 home runs and 25 stolen bases, 73 RBIs, and an 816 OPS in 2024. He entered Wednesday with an NL Best 6.0 WAR. This makes the third time in Lindor's big league career that he has reached 25 home runs and 25 stolen base in a single season, according to MLB.com's Sarah Langs. Lindor is the first shortstop in MLB history to post 3 seasons of 25 plus home runs and 25 plus stolen bases. There have now been 18 players overall who have posted 3 or more 25 for 25 campaigns. Of that group, 14 have been outfielders, 2 have been third basemen, and 1 has been a second baseman, and 1 has been a shortstop. Howard Johnson was the only player in Mets history to accomplish the feat before Lindor, and while he did log some limited time at shortstop, he was primarily a third baseman. While Lindor hasn't been named an All-Star since getting traded by the Cleveland Guardians in 2021, he has remained one of the league's best shortstops in New York. He placed ninth in NL MVP voting in both 2022 and 2023, winning a Silver Slugger in 2023. And he has appeared in 488 of the Mets 491 games since August 24th, 2021. Lindor is now one of the 2 shortstops in MLB history with 240 home runs, 750 RBIs, and 180 stolen bases, joining another legendary New York shortstop, longtime Yankees captain Derek Jeter. The 30-year-old is a 4-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger, and 2-time Gold Glove winner. He may have started 2024 on a 1-for-34 cold streak, but he is batting .281 with an 854 OPS ever since. But for as monumental of a day that Lindor had, it was Jesse Winker who lifted the ball to victory with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth. Both of New York's wins against Baltimore this week came via walk-off bombs, with Francisco Alvarez doing the deed on Monday. The Mets are now 66-61 on the season, just 2.0 games back from the third and final NL wildcard spot. Yeah. So he's also 30 for 30. Let's take a look at this actually. Say he's 30 for 30. So let's take a look at that right there. So 30 for 30. Let's get a look at that. Okay, he's 30 for 30. Wait a second. Wait. Wait. Okay, wait a second. Did he have a 30 for 30 this year? Hold up. Let's see. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. All right, so David Stearns is not prone to hyperbole. Generally, the Mets president of baseball operations likes to keep his comments confined to the little slice of reality directly in front of him. But when asked Tuesday afternoon about the National League MVP race, Stearns posited without any prodding that Francisco Lindor is having perhaps the greatest individual position player season in the history of this franchise. I've been around some really special seasons, Stearns continued. I've been around some MVP seasons. This is right up there. Whether Lindor wins the first MVP in the Mets history remains an open question, which he and Shohei Ohtani will spend the next 4 weeks answering. In the interim, Lindor continues, as his boss said, working his way into the franchise lore. His two-run homer Tuesday, which elicited chants from the Citi Field faithful, gave the Mets lead they never relinquished in a 7-2 win over the Red Sox, which also featured a standout effort from David Peterson on his 29th birthday to keep the Mets a half game behind the Braves for the final NL wildcard spot. Every time he's at the plate, there's a good feeling, Mets manager Carlos Mendoza said of Lindor. He's locked in right now. Yeah, that's why he got the nickname Insanity, and of course, he deserved to be MVP too, man. But he got snubbed by Shohei Ohtani, which I will talk about in a future episode. Which I'll talk about in a future episode and stuff like that, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll talk about it in a future episode. Let's see. All right, Brandon Sproat. Let's talk about that too. Brandon Sproat. All right, Brandon Sproat. Yeah, he was a guest. He was a guest on Meet at the Apple podcast by Vito and Jonathan Barron. Vito Calisi and Jonathan Barron. Yeah, I can check that out on the New York Mets YouTube channel page and look for Meet at the Apple podcast. All right. On Friday, the New York Mets acknowledged some of the organization's best young talent with its 2024 Player Development Awards. Each year, these awards recognize on-field performances by players and off-the-field work done by coaches. In 2023, Jet Williams was named the organization's Player of the Year, and Christian Scott was named Pitcher of the Year. This year, 21-year-old outfielder Nick Morabito took home Player of the Year honors in one 19-game split between the Single-A St. Lucie Mets and High-A Brooklyn Cyclones. Morabito slashed .312, 403, 398 with 26 extra base hits and 59 stolen bases. He became the first minor leaguer in the Mets organization to bat 300 and steal 50 bases since Brian Cole did it in 1999 and 2000. New York selected Morabito 75th overall from Gonzaga College High School in Washington, D.C. during the 2022 first-year player draft. The Pitcher of the Year award went to 24-year-old right-hand pitcher Brandon Sproat who started the year at High A Brooklyn and finished it with the AAA Syracuse Mets. Of course, stints with 3 farm teams this season. Sproat recorded a 7.74 record with a 3.40 ERA, 1.109 WHIP, and a 3.12 strikeout/walk ratio. The highlight of Sproat's season was a 13 strikeout performance with the Double-A Binghamton Rumble Ponies on August 2nd. He accumulated all of his strikeouts in just 5 innings and punched out the last 11 batters he faced. Sproat was selected by the Mets in the second round of the 2023 MLB Amateur Draft out of the University of Florida. The Mets also honored its players in the Dominican Summer League. The Player of the Year award went to 17-year-old outfielder Edward Latingua. And the Pitcher of the Year award went to 19-year-old right-handed pitcher Jose Guevara. Guevara. In 45 games at the DSL, Latingua posted a 792 OPS with 9 stolen bases and was named to the DSL All-Star Game in July for Guevara. This was his first professional season at the DSL. The young Venezuelan hurler posted a 3-2 record with a sparkling 1.64 ERA and 52 strikeouts over his 10 starts. Guevara, was also named to the DSL All-Star Game where he pitched a scoreless inning. 2 additional awards were handed out to recognized coaches in the Mets organization. Chaz Goodman was named the minor league staff member of the year for his work as the Mets coordinator of the minor league operations. Goodman spent 7 years with the Single-A St. Lucie before being promoted to his position in January 2024. And finally, Anthony Samboy was named the Dominican Academy Staff Member of the Year. Samboy is the organization's manager of Latin American baseball systems and has played a pivotal role in modernizing the Mets international scouting processes. All recipients were honored in a pregame ceremony at Citi Field before Friday's game against the Philadelphia Phillies. All right. Okay. Before I forget, before I wrap up this podcast recording, I want to remind people about the Queens Baseball Convention that's going down tomorrow, Saturday. That's going down actually, and for those of you who may not know, I will fill you in on what this is about, though. So, all right. So, who we are? Okay. So the Queens Baseball Convention, also known as the QBC, is a fan fest run by the fans, of our favorite baseball team from Flushing, Queens. We have put this fan fest together as a mix of a Comic Con and a baseball card show. We hold our big QBC once a year. As fans, we were looking for an event that would help us get through the winter months and help us with the lack of Flushing baseball. There is. So of course, you can email at qbc16@gmail.com. You can even follow on damn it. You can even follow on Twitter, Instagram. You can follow on Twitter, Instagram at QB Convention. And for those of you who may not know where it's located, if you are in the 5 boroughs New York area, Long Island as well, 4 Points by Sheraton is located at 33-68 Farrington Street, Queens, New York, 11354. And our player um our player Q&A panels include Turk Wendell, Greg Jeffries, Ray Knight, and Jose Reyes will be there. SNY is bringing in their talent for panels. Scheduled for the day scheduled to change. Times are approximate. So at 10 a.m. the doors are going to be open. 10:20 a.m. Gil Hodges Award given to Art Shamsky. 10:30 a.m. Turk Window panel hosted by Roger Clark. 11:30 Turk Window signing. 11:30 a.m. SNY's baseball night in New York. 12:30 p.m. Greg Jeffries panel hosted by Captain Joe Shoes. 1:15 p.m. State of the Mets panel hosted by Mark Healy. 1:15 p.m. Greg Jeffries signing. 2:15 p.m. mystery panel. 3 p.m. Ray Knight hosted by John Saponaro from Till Mets Do Us Part podcast is going to be there. 4 p.m. Ray Knight signing. 4 p.m. will be a special episode of Till Mets Do Us Part podcast. That's going to be there. 4:45 p.m. Jose Reyes panel hosted by Lori Rubison. And 5:45 p.m. Jose Reyes signing. And 6 p.m. QBC finale sign off. And of course, the tickets for the Turk Window autograph signing, autograph combo, autograph pricing is $74.99 plus tax fees. Admission ticket, Greg Jeffries autograph ticket combo, $99.99 plus tax fees. Admission ticket, Jose Reyes autograph ticket combo, $139.99 plus tax fees. Addition ticket, Ray Knight autograph ticket combo, $114.99, $114.99 plus tax fees. Admission ticket, Jeffries Reyes autograph ticket combo, $199.99. Damn, $200, man. Admission ticket, Knight Reyes autograph ticket combo, $179.99 plus tax. Of course, there's VIP orange seating package, $269.99. Admission ticket plus a seat within the first 3 rows of audience, 1 autograph ticket each for Turk Window, Greg Jeffries, Ray Knight, and Jose Reyes. For inscription tickets that can be used for one of each Turk, Greg, Ray, or Jose. Fast pass skip ahead of line for autographs. VIP blue seating package is $799.99. Damn, that's already sold out already. Okay. VIP blue seating. Oh, yeah, that's already sold out already. This includes 4 admission tickets, a table up close up to the panel, stage for people, fast pass to skip to head of the line for autographs. Includes 4 Turk Window autograph tickets, 4 Greg Jeffries autograph tickets, 4 Ray Knight autograph tickets, 4 Jose Reyes autograph tickets, and 16 inscription tickets that can be used for one of each Turk, Greg, Ray, or Jose. Fast pass skip ahead of line for autographs, exclusive meet and greet. Meet and greet. It's supposed to be greet, not great, with 4 autographs from Art Shamsky. Children age 4 and under are free with a paid adult admission. Autograph ticket prices Of course, Turk Window, $34.99. Greg Jeffries, $39.99 plus change. Ray Knight, $44.99 plus tax. Jose Reyes, $74.99. That's $75. Inscription, yeah. Inscription prices, Turk Window, $99.99. That's 10 plus tax. Greg Jeffries, $19.99 plus tax fees. Ray Knight, $19.99 cents. Jose Reyes, $19.99. All right, so yeah, there you have it. Also, Anthony Rivera is also going to be there as well too. Um, if you want to get tickets, be sure to go to this website right here. www.queensbaseballconvention.com. That's www.queensbaseballconvention.com. And also, like I previously stated, don't forget that John Sapanaro, alongside with Ibby, is going to be there at the event, along with their show Till Mets Do Us Part podcast. There's going to be a special recording of the episode, so don't worry about that. If you know what I'm saying, I mean, if I can't make it, I may check out their podcast too. It's been a minute since I actually checked that podcast out though. I've been busy trying to push my 3 multiple podcasts up and stuff, so that's why. So I'll do some catching up. Anyway, so yes, Queens Baseball Convention is going down tomorrow. So don't forget to get your tickets and stuff. So as I said, www.queensbaseballconvention.com. All right, that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm gonna wrap up right here. Actually. And I'm gonna wrap up right here in stream choices on the go, man. First and foremost, let me do this actually. All right. Make sure you follow Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast on Threads, alongside with my other podcast shows that I'm doing, which is my entertainment review show, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. Also be sure to follow my #1 platform, which got a Spotify Wrapped, which I actually posted on the podcast show page. If you take a look at it, I actually succeeded, all that great stuff. Off the Meat Rat Chains New York Avenue podcast is also on Instagram as well as my other 2 podcast shows that I just mentioned. Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast and Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, as well as myself, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. The username on Threads is the same as it is on Instagram, so don't worry about that. All right, what I want to do is, okay, so if you go to the link in bio, you're going to see a whole list of all your streaming platforms. You're going to see in the link tree / Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks pod. You're going to see Audible, Odyssey, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overhaul FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snips, Spotify for Creators, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the #1 app where you can listen to music, radio, and podcast episodes for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is go ahead and follow and subscribe on iHeartRadio and other streaming platforms that I just mentioned, and also do the same for me on the YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel, the YouTube Sports channel page of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast. Be sure to leave a like and a comment. Tell me how you feel about the topics in this episode. And of course, be sure to listen, stream, and also be sure to tell a friend to another friend. Spread the word. Add the podcast to your playlist. Whether you are going to work or on your way home or other destinations that you're coming from. As far as like destinations, and enable alerts so you don't miss out on new live stream video podcast episode recordings, and of course new episodes. Be sure to watch new episodes on this channel right here whatsoever. And also be sure to follow other Mets content creators that's also doing it big right here. I'm gonna start off with Shays and Sons podcast, Till Mets Do His Part podcast. The guys is going to be at the Queens Baseball Convention tomorrow. Anthony Rivera is also going to be there from Subway to Shea podcast. Be sure to check them out over there as well. All right, so be sure to subscribe to these YouTube channel pages: Empire State of Baseball podcast, Shea Station, Locked On Mets by Ryan Finkelstein, Mets the podcast, CP's Mets and Knicks YouTube channel. Be sure to follow that. Be sure to follow Vito Calisi and Jonathan Barron from Meet at the Apple podcast, and alongside with Future in Flushing, Trevor May, Baseball Mayday, the Sick podcast, Mets Magic by Jake Brown, Mets Weekly, the Mets Pod, by Connor and Domingo. Mets podcast. We gotta believe, the Call Up and MLB Prospect podcast, Top Bunk Sports, Cup of Mets, Subway Sports Talks podcast, and also follow Wardy NYM. Be sure to follow Wardy on his YouTube channel page, Wardy NYM, a show about the New York Mets, Mets Fix, first time caller, long time listener podcast, Filthy Sports. Actually, my bad. This is probably non-baseball related, but it's probably football related that John Campy is doing. I haven't done any football topics in a long time, so please forgive me. Of course, He Did This to Me podcast. Be sure to subscribe to Locked Up Sports New York YouTube channel for Locked On New York Giants postcast, New York Jets postcast, New York Locked On New York Mets, Locked On Mets postcast. Be sure to New York Locked On Yankees postcast, and of course the newly added Locked On Knicks postcast as well. If I forget anything, I do apologize. I'm trying to hurry up so I can actually finish this recording. So if I forgot anything, please forgive me. Digging Weekly and Digging Deep podcast, Mets Therapy. Let's see. Let me see if I forgot anything. Mets Central. Be sure to check them out. Let's see. All Things Mets Talk, Foul Territory, Unpopular Opinion Sports, Sports Talk Nation, Dead End Sports, Locked On Sports Today podcast, 24/7 stories in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and double A. Excuse me. Um, unapologetically Angel. Be sure to follow that as well. That's Angel by Angel Reese. Why am I a Mets fan? Yeah, that's crazy. You know I'm right. Talking baseball. And the Rico Bronya podcast by Evan Roberts. Be sure to check that out as well. And National League Town, a Mets podcast, and all that great stuff right there, man. So there you go, right there, man. There you go. And that's gonna do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you very much for listening and rocking with me on the 82nd episode of the Sports Edition show. Excellent, fun, vibrant talks podcast. You could listen to any podcast in the world in sports, but you chose to listen to this podcast as well. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it, because it's not going to be given to you on a fucking silver platter. And find your skill, your niche, whatever type of career you're trying to do. Don't let anybody stop you from following your goals and dreams. And be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. That gets you into your zone, alongside with tunnel vision. And be sure to actually follow your journey. There's no manual when it comes to following your path and journey. All right. So that's going to do it for me, man. Peace and one love. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your week, the rest of your weekend, all that great stuff. I'll be back with another episode with new topics and stuff. So stay tuned for that. And by the way, like I said, man, don't forget to get your tickets to the Queens Baseball Convention. Don't forget to get your tickets. You can even use an app called Game Time, man, where you can get your tickets. That way you don't have to be on long lines and whatnot. So there you go, right there. Suggested by Ryan Finkelstein. Peace and one love. Good night, everybody.